Let's get something straight right now. Being a good person is not enough to get ahead in this world. If you think kindness alone will open doors for you, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. You've been told that honesty and integrity will lead you to success, but deep down, you already suspect the truth. The world doesn't work that way. How many times have you done the right thing, only to be overlooked? How many times have you sacrificed for others, only to be met with indifference, or worse, betrayal? You've been raised to believe that goodness is a virtue in itself, that if you're patient, respectful, and selfless, life will reward you. But that's not how power works. That's not how influence works. And no one understood this better than Niccolo Machiavelli. Machiavelli didn't believe in fairy tales. He saw human nature for what it truly is: self-serving, unpredictable, and ruthless when necessary. In The Prince, he made it clear: morality without strategy is a weakness, and kindness without power, that's a trap. Ask yourself, how many times have you fallen into that trap? Look at history. Look at the present. Do you think the most successful people got there by being purely good-hearted? Number. They got there because they understood the game. They mastered the balance between appearing virtuous and knowing when to be ruthless. And that's your problem. You assume others play by the same rules as you, but they don't. The world is full of opportunists, manipulators, and predators, people who can sense weakness from a mile away. And if you don't recognize this, you become the perfect target. So, what's the solution? Does that mean you should abandon kindness altogether? Become cruel? Number. It means you must learn intelligent kindness. Kindness is not a weakness when it's paired with awareness. You need to read people, to understand their motives, to see beyond their words. Trust must be earned, not given freely. Generosity must be strategic, not blind. Machiavelli famously said, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." So ask yourself, what have you chosen? Most likely you've chosen to be loved, to be liked, to avoid conflict. But what has that really brought you? Respect? Power? Influence? Or have you simply made yourself easy to manipulate? Because here's the reality: kindness without strength does not inspire admiration. It inspires pity. I'm not telling you to become ruthless. I'm telling you to stop being naive. The world doesn't reward purity of heart. It rewards those who understand how power operates, those who command respect, not just ask for it, those who control their image instead of letting others define it. And that's another thing Machiavelli understood. Perception is power. It's not enough to be competent. You must appear competent. It's not enough to be strong. You must project strength. How many times have you seen someone less talented get ahead simply because they carried themselves with confidence? How many times have you seen a manipulator rise while an honest person remained stuck? That's not an accident. People don't follow the most deserving. They follow the most convincing. And this is where most people fail. They assume the truth speaks for itself, that hard work and good intentions will be enough. But the world doesn't work that way. Success isn't about who's right. It's about who tells the best story. Machiavelli knew this. He knew that people don't perceive reality as it is. They perceive it through emotion, bias, and assumption. And the question is, are you controlling that perception, or are you letting it control you? If you seem weak, you will be treated as weak. If you seem hesitant, you will be ignored. If you seem insecure, you will be overlooked. It's not about deception. It's about understanding human nature. And this brings us to something even more powerful: the control of information. Have you ever noticed that the most influential people always seem to know something others don't? That they always seem one step ahead? That's because they understand a crucial rule. Power is not just about what you know. It's about what others think you know. The most powerful people in history didn't just act strategically, they controlled the flow of information. They knew when to speak and when to stay silent. They knew that sometimes saying less is more. And you? Are you giving away too much? Are you letting people read you too easily? The world is not fair, but that doesn't mean you have to be a victim of it. Machiavelli didn't write The Prince to turn you into a villain. He wrote it to teach you how to survive. So now the question is, will you keep believing that kindness alone is enough? Or will you finally learn to wield kindness with intelligence? Because, in the end, the world doesn't reward the good, it rewards the wise.